Hi, my name is Heather Hall. I teach psychology at Mona Shores High School. And what I'd like to do is take you through how I apply Gagne's 9 events in a classroom using an online feature of my course. I have a blended learning course in which I do face-to-face teaching, but I also do a lot online. I'm going to show you a few different things that I do. First of all, understand that the 9 events do not necessarily have to be done in order, but the first 2, gaining attention and informing learners of objectives, is very simple to do online. Let me show you. As I go down into Unit 1, you see that with each of the lessons I have a learning target attached. So students know right away, by the end of this lesson you'll be able to converse more intelligently about psychology. The name of the lesson is Introduction to Psychology. Another thing that I'm able to do is I'm able to link the national standards for high school psychology, and if students or parents wanted to click here, they could see what the actual national standard is and how it's being achieved throughout this unit. So each of these lessons applies to this national standard linked above. Stimulating recall of prior information. One thing that I like to use more than anything is called Pull Everywhere. And Pull Everywhere, I'll go to it real quickly. It's just pulleverywhere.com, and you create an account, and then it holds on to it, saves all the polls that you create, and then I can use them from trimester to trimester. And so an example of a prior knowledge would be, well, I've done this one before. What is psychology? Asking students what they believe psychology is, and this is the way that a Pull Everywhere works. What they do is they take out their phones and they type in 37607 and they text their this number, and they type their answer in here about what they believe psychology is, and this is just their prior knowledge, their prior learning about what they believe psychology is, and we get a variety of responses, and then we go into the actual learning from there. Presenting the content, this is the lesson portion of any one of these lessons that you see here. It's where the students actually do the learning. Now, I do face-to-face teaching, but I don't have to. I have students who can be absent and they can still make up the work on their own. I have one student right now who misses quite a bit of school due to some medical issues, and yet she remains on meeting the deadlines and things like that because she knows what we're doing every day. I want to take you into this tutorial that I created here, Careers in Psychology, and just show you how they can learn the information without having me teach them face-to-face. I give them their learning target here, but you'll see in these lessons I have taken information from some other resources that I have, and rather than sending students out to the web for this, I've copied and pasted it right into this lesson. I have also included videos so that they can have that aspect. They can have the auditory and visual part of it instead of just the reading. And then it takes them into each one of the careers that are possible in psychology. And they go through this and they take notes as they read, and then they are learning that information. So that would be the presenting the content, or the lesson lecture portion of Gagne's 9 events. Another thing that I do when it comes to eliciting performance, actually allowing them to practice these things, is that in these careers, what I did, I gave them an assignment to come up with the top 10 reasons why a particular area of psychology would be the best. And I put them into groups, and each one of the groups was assigned one of the 12 areas of psychology, the careers in psychology, and then they created a Prezi that told what the top 10 reasons were. So this is where they're asked to show what they know about this area of psychology. So they each created either a PowerPoint or a Prezi. Providing feedback, this is very easy on Moodle. For example, I ask them at the very beginning of the class, why did you take psychology? And they give me their answers in an online form. They just tell me what their reasoning was right here. They just type in this area here. And then what I do is when I read them, then I give them feedback based on what I read. So, a student might have said something about, they wanted to go into this field of psychology, and then I can type back to them and read their answer, and that I want to be able to support them in whatever way that I can. When it comes time to take a summative assessment, Moodle has very nice quiz features. Once you get the legwork done, it's really easy to maintain. And I have created a number of different quizzes in Moodle. One thing that I do for eliciting performance, I will give them practice quizzes. This is a practice quiz for the careers in psychology. And then they know what to expect when they take their summative assessment. The summative assessment is down here at the bottom, and they get 1 attempt to take this. Actually, I think I opened this up to 2. They were allowed to retake it because I've randomized all of the questions so they can master the material if they don't feel like that they did the best that they could the first time around. Finally, in terms of enhancing retention and transfer, forums are a fabulous way to do this. And I have a forum created for their current event. I ask them to find a current event for each one of the units that we do. And so I just ask them to provide a link to the article, a paragraph summary, and a sentence explaining how this article relates to psychology. So then they also have to read other people's posts, their article summaries, and then reply to them respectfully and elaborate a little bit more on what the other articles were about. And then it gives them an opportunity to not just read one article, but then to go in and read at least summaries of 2 other articles, and then they learn more about this topic, whatever it is. But you can use forums in a variety of ways. You can just pose a question if you want to, and ask students to kind of reflect on that question and then respond to other people and that kind of a thing. So that is how I use Gagne's 9. It can very easily be done online just like we do face-to-face.